Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Every parent knows just how fast a kid can sneak away if they're not watched diligently. It was a chilly winter evening when Ogden resident Marcus King was on his way to a basketball game with one of his friends. When off in the distance, he heard cries for help. As he looked around to see where the source of the cries came from, he saw a small child, only a couple of years old. She was severely underdressed, only wearing My Little Pony pajamas and a t-shirt, without shoes or a coat, and no supervision. Seeing this, he knew in his heart he had to be a good Samaritan and help this little girl, because if he didn't, she might die or catch hypothermia or pneumonia. This was a new reaction from Marcus King, because in 2017 he was arrested and charged with theft of service and possession of a controlled substance and endangering a child or a vulnerable adult. But now, Marcus was in hero mode, so he picked up the little girl and brought her over to the Marshall N. White Community Center to warm her up, where the staff called the police. And then they started questioning little Emily Cunningham about where she lived. As it turned out, she lived across the street from where she was found at the playground. Emily started telling the staff and the police about how her mom was sleeping on the floor and she wasn't waking up and she was just ignoring her. So Emily ended up wandering off to go play at the park. As the police ended up approaching the flat, the first thing they'd noticed was the door was wide open. Before they'd made entry, they called out and there was no response. As they entered the dwelling, their worst nightmare was then realized. Miss Delyn Cunningham had passed away and was laying on the cold floor from apparent natural causes from a previous issue. At this time, Emily was taken and put into the Child and Family Services, where she was safe for the time being. A short time later, Shirley Cunningham, Emily's aunt, came forward after hearing about Emily's rescue on Fox 13 News. So Shirley took custody of young Emily. After they settled in, Shirley gushed to Marcus over Facebook for saving their youngest relative. Emily's great uncle Ed Rowley ended up messaging Marcus saying, "Not only would I have reached out to shake your hand, I would have given you a brotherly hug. Your family must be so proud of you." Emily's uncle Timothy set up a crowd fundraiser account to help with all living expenses. As of now, Emily is living a joy and
Feel
love-filled
free
life
to like,
with
comment,
her
and
new
subscribe.
family.
Thank you for watching.